structure and demographics. Social structure is a system of people within a society organized by a characteristic pattern of relationships. Functionalism is the study of structure and function of each part of society. Function is the beneficial consequences of people's actions, and dysfunction is the harmful consequences of people's actions. They undermine society, they weaken society. Manifest function is this should be the direct consequences of any social changes, whereas latent function is the unintended positive consequences on society. Conflict theory. Power is the form of influence over people, and conflict theory focuses on power differentials and how differentials contribute to maintenance of social order. Symbols. Symbolic interaction is how we use symbols to interact with one another. A lot of times these words are right in the definition. Symbolic interaction. How do we interact with symbols with each other? And symbols are things we attach meaning to and use to understand the world and communicate with one another. Social constructionism is how society constructs concepts and principles. Social institution. All right, so we have structures that dictate patterns of behaviors, relationships, which are accepted as fundamental part of a culture. Family is the different relations in the family that can influence thinking and values. Education is a form to arm the people with information, and it stimulates people to add to their knowledge base. Religion is a pattern of social activities. Um, social activities. Um, Government and economics are systems of political relationships which affect rulemaking, representation of the individual, and rights and privileges, as well as division of labor. Healthcare and medicine, aimed at improving the health status of people in society. The key goals are increase access, decrease the cost, preventing disease before it happens, which ultimately decreases the cost, increase public education about diseases, decreases paternalism, and paternalism is when you say, "Oh, doctor knows best," and reducing the economic conflict of interest of physicians. Four key tenets of medical ethics: beneficence, normalificence, patient autonomy, and justice. Beneficence is you must act in the patient's best interest. Let's change that to there we go. Patient's best interest. Normalificence is doctor must avoid harmful procedures. Patient autonomy is respect the patient's decisions. The patient gets to choose whatever he wants to do. And justice is physician must be fair and treat similar patients with similar care. All right. Culture is a lifestyle for a given group. Artifacts are material items that may possess value. Material culture is meaning of objects, materials in society. And symbolic culture focuses on the ideas that represent a group of people. Values are what someone deems important in their life, and beliefs are something an individual accepts to be the truth. Cultural barriers are cultural differences that impede interactions with others, and norms are societal groups that govern boundaries of acceptable behavior. Acceptable behaviors are norms. Demographics. You have age, you have gender, you have race, which is based on phenotype. So race can be, you may be ethnically Spanish, but if your skin color is black, your race wise, it would be like, oh, you're black. Ethnicity is sorts people by language, nationality, religion, and ethnicity. And symbolic ethnicity is ethnic symbols, which to remain important, such as Irish celebrating St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is a big ethnic symbol. Demographic shifts. So changes in makeup of population. Fertility rate is the average rate of children per lifetime. Birth rate is the children per 1,000, and mortality rate is the death per 1,000. Mortality is always death, and migration is the immigration minus emigration. Immigration is coming in, emigration is exiting. Social movements, promotion of change, which is proactive. proactive, and resistance of change is reactive. Globalization is integrating a global economy of free trade, plus tapping foreign labor markets, whereas urbanization is when densely populated areas pull in migrations. This creates cities.